Big name running backs for Wild Card Weekend. Who are they? Well, if you're playing in a postseason league or on DraftKings, Michael Fabiano is here to break down the backs to start and sit. Babs, who are the playmakers that you want in your lineup this week?
I'll start off with David Montgomery, and this is completely chalk because the guy's been phenomenal. Look at the numbers: 20 plus fantasy points in 6 straight games. He was a league winner in traditional redrafts, and now he's got the Saints. And overall, the Saints have been pretty tough on running backs, but not lately. Over the last 4 weeks, New Orleans has given up the 10th most points to that position. So Montgomery, who will see a lot of touches as the Bears try to keep the Saints offense off the field, is a very nice start. And so is J.K. Dobbins. He was my stash and cash on Sports Illustrated back in the non-existent preseason. Well, he was great in the second half of the year. In the Ravens regular season finale, he had 28 points, played 32 snaps, averaged 2.2 points per touch. And he's got the Titans this week, who've allowed 20 total touchdowns and the 7th most fantasy points to running backs. J.K. Dobbins is an absolute stud, and I think he's a very good start in Super Wild Card Weekend.
All right, well, for Super Wild Card Weekend, let's talk about the studs that are no longer studs. Who are the running backs to keep on your bench?
I'd be aware of Chris Carson. I get it. It's hard to sit him, but I would really be mindful that the matchup against the Rams is not a good one. Their defense has been really tough on running backs, allowing just 11 total touchdowns and the 4th fewest fantasy points to the position. And Carson has failed to score more than 10.9 fantasy points in 3 straight games. And the 10.9 came against the Rams in week 11. That's not a great stat line. Speaking of the Rams, I'd also fade Cam Akers. Now, he surprisingly led the Rams backfield last week with 25 touches, but he's been dealing with the effects of a high ankle sprain. And John Wolford could be back under center for the Rams this week. That's not good news. That means Seattle can stack the line of scrimmage and stop the run. And Seattle's also given up around 20 fantasy points per game, the running back, since week 12. So they've been relatively tough against the run. So Akers is a fade for me in Wild Card Weekend.
Tough matchup and not the week to chance an injury. Fabs, thank you so much for your insight. Guys at home, for more insight and for Sports Illustrated's award-winning weekly player rankings, make sure you get your membership to SI Fantasy Plus for just $14.99 a month.